Do I think this set will become a classic in the future? Hey guys, this is JP's LEGO Reviews. Today, I'm going to review the LEGO Indiana Jones Fighter Plane Chase. Now, this set comes with 387 pieces. The recommended age rating for this set is 8 and up, and the set number on this set is 777, well actually 77012. So, let's break it down. Now, here are the 3 minifigures that come in this set. Indiana Jones, Henry Jones, and a fighter pilot. Now, Indiana Jones is also known as Henry Jones Jr., but other than that, I actually really like the way that all of the 3 minifigures look, and I especially like the printing that Indiana Jones has, both on his belt as well as on his legs. And yeah, I'm actually just really glad that we get to see these minifigures again. But now, let's look at the back of these minifigures. Now, here are the back of these minifigures. Now, they don't have a lot of detail, and Indiana Jones has the most amount of detail. But my favourite part about Indiana Jones, which you can actually see now, is that his hat actually has a bit of his hair sticking out of it. So this hat piece now actually has a little bit of his hair sticking out of it, simply because the hat doesn't cover his entire head. And I actually really like that look. But now, let's move on to the secondary facial expressions. Now, only Indiana Jones actually has a second facial expression. But I actually don't mind this facial expression, but I do prefer his first facial expression. But now, let's move on to the components of this set. Now, here is the signpost that comes with the set. It also has a bit of terrain, and this actually happened as, I believe, the aircraft crash landed, and all it does is it points you back to Berlin. And yeah, this is also based off the third Indiana Jones movie, where it's loosely based off Nazi Germany, which is why we have the Berlin sign. But now, let's move on to the car. Now, here is the vehicle. Now, there isn't too much here to say about the vehicle, except it's quite nicely designed. It's based off I think either a 1930s or a 1940s vehicle, but it doesn't have a specific IP or a specific sort of design, so it didn't have to get copyright, since this LEGO set at least doesn't have any car branding. But the door pieces are printed. I actually really like the way the front of this is designed with the headlights. Also, on the inside, it's pretty plain. You have just a steering wheel. You have 2 leather seats and no gear shifting or anything. You also have a chest as well, which you can actually take out because they're just a few jumper pieces. You also have a piece of luggage as well, which fits quite nicely here. And inside the chest is an umbrella and a pistol. And you can just close it up and place it back here. And apart from that, there's also this piece which was used as a windshield, and also the back. I don't actually know if this specific car had a tyre, but LEGO imitated that look of a spare wheel or spare tyre with this piece here. And because there now really isn't anything else to show, let's move on to the aircraft. Now, here is the aircraft. Again, I think it's based off a 1930s or 1940s Nazi aircraft, and it actually is a really nicely designed aircraft, and I really like the way that this looks. And there isn't too much functionality, but there are 2 main wheels as well as a spare back wheel for when you're coming in for a landing. Also, you have a propeller that you can spin with your finger, just because if you want to. Also, you have this piece over here where it shoots out a 1x1 cylindrical stud tile piece, but they're really easy to lose. Also, there's also some flames here representing just flames coming out of the engine, which probably is underneath. Also, there's actually quite a lot of flames coming out of the aircraft in general, since there's just quite a lot of orange pieces used here. So this sort of area is where the engine would be. And I like the way that the wings are built as well. and I like how they're on an angle. And you have the windshield piece where it simply kind of just, you push it back, but you kind of lift it up and it removes itself. Now the interior of this is pretty plain. You just have a leather seat and then a joystick to control the plane. And you also have these pieces here which kind of remind me of pistons on a car, but I don't actually know if the plane has pistons. But the one negative that I do have to say about the plane is the fact that this piece is a sticker. And the reason why is it's such a large sticker piece that even I made a bit of a mistake on it, so it's not entirely straight. And I think that piece in particular would have been better off if it was a print instead of a sticker, just considering how difficult it can be to put on. But now, let's move on to the minifigure, actually not the minifigure selection, but the instructions before we move on to my final thoughts. Now, here's the instructions in that sort of plain white look. Now, you have the progress bar, but with Indiana Jones on it. And there really isn't too much to this instruction manual. You go straight to the end of the build, and yeah, there's actually no even sets that you can look at that are within the Indiana Jones range. And also, when I got the set, the instruction wasn't packaged in, well, wrapped around anything, so it was actually quite bent out of shape, as you can probably see with the random just sort of squiggles that are in the instructions. But now, let's move on to my final thoughts on this set. Now, here are my final thoughts. Firstly, I think the combination between the aircraft, the vehicle, and even the signpost with the minifigures is a really good combination. And what I like about this set, well, it's mainly more just the setting of the set rather than the look of the set itself. But I just like the fact that LEGO have been able to recreate this older style of both vehicle and aircraft so well. And I absolutely think that this set is probably the best Indiana Jones set that you can buy at the moment, as well as it being the cheapest. Now, do I think this set will become a classic in the future? But there are a lot of classical just builds and scenery in this set, since this set was based off the 1940s. But what rating do I give this set? I give it 4.5 stars out of 5. The reason why I give it 4.5 stars and not 5 stars is simply due to the windshield in the aircraft. If that was a sticker sheet, I would have given it a 5 out of 5. But the reason why I don't is because it is a bit finicky to put on, and I think this set would have benefited this piece specifically to be printed instead of it to be a sticker. Like the other pieces could have been a sticker in it and LEGO could have gotten away with it, but this piece having a sticker, just having it in such a weird way and in such an important piece too, makes it a 4.5, simply because you can easily stuff up the look of the set by just placing the sticker in a slightly wrong position, and it's the most important sticker of the set, which is why I think this should have been a print instead. But apart from that, those are my thoughts, and I'm really happy with the set. Now, let me know what your thoughts are down below on this set. If you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button. If you want to see more content just like this, please subscribe. Now, I hope you guys have an adventurous day and keep building.